Hey, beautiful humans. Welcome to Hey, Mommy's Talking. So, Natalie, we've got a lot to talk about, don't
We have
we?
a lot to talk about and conversations yet to come as well.
Yeah. How was
Uh,
your weekend?
I I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Um, what did I do this weekend? I really don't remember. We'll
It's
have to,
like,
that's how my brain is functioning these days. It'll
yeah,
come to me in maybe like 13 minutes, but
I I know. I feel like ever since the layoff, and obviously we'll talk about that and kind of like how this podcast came to be, but like I feel like ever since the layoff, my days are just all combined. I'm like, is
uh,
it Friday? Is it the weekend? I don't know because I'm not doing anything.
yeah. I think also this last week, so for me, for those who don't know me, like I have stepkids that come and go like 1 week on, 1 week off. So last week was a stepkid week. So
Mm.
that adds to my like disassociation, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, so we did a lot with them this past week, but I think the biggest, like one of the hardest things right now is sleep deprivation
Mm. Hmm.
um, as a result of this whole experience.
Yeah.
I'm just riddled with stress and anxiety right now, which means
Yeah.
not a lot of sleep. So that's why I'm an absolute fool right now. But it might make for an interesting podcast.
Right. I
So,
I feel you. Not only like the riddled with stress and anxiety through like what we went through, but also being in our 40s, like
mm,
newsflash, everyone, it changes. I just turned
oh my
40
God.
and I swear like our bodies are like, you don't sleep anymore. You
No, everything's different. Everything you once knew is out the window. And I
Yeah.
mean, so you and I, for again, those of you who don't know us, you have 3 kids.
Yes, I
And
have.
then I have 4 kids. My 3 oldest are my stepkids, and then I have my bio kid. And
Hmm.
I think both share, they're both, mine's 4.5, yours
Yes,
is,
4.5. Yeah.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
both had co 2020 babies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I really do feel like after that, I completely changed.
Oh, totally.
Like I think it was a combo of like, I mean, I we were considered geriatric mom,
Yeah.
which is absurd.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe
It's
I
like,
don't know, after the last like 5 years and seeing how my mental and my physical and everything has kind of been on the decline, I'm like, oh, maybe that was accurate.
yeah.
Maybe I'm a
I mean,
geriatric.
maybe they can find a different word though, because when I walked into the doctor's office and they said that to me, I was like,
Mhm.
oh, like I'm
Yeah,
35. What do you
seriously.
mean?
Well,
Yeah.
for me, that was my first bio kid too. So I'm like, oh, I'm bringing life into the world, but I also have a foot in the coffin. That's what
Yeah.
it like. I was like, cool. But yeah, no, I mean, we have so much to talk about and so much to cover. I
Yeah.
mean, layoffs is a huge topic. Being in our
Yes.
40s, being moms, is is this like perimenopause? Is this just
Yeah.
regular life? Is this
Oh my
there's
gosh, so much.
we're living in a weird age, and I think it's an interesting time in anyone's life,
Hmm.
man or woman, going through career and family and everything at this age is just wacky.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of career, like just to give everyone a little backstory,
Yeah.
Natalie and I met at the job that we just got laid off from. So we kind of have trauma bonded,
Yeah.
if we can say that.
Yeah. I mean, for the record, did we meet in person
We
twice?
did. We
Yeah.
did meet in person twice. Had a lot of great conversations. I
Yeah.
think the one where we chatted the most was in Utah.
This last one,
Mhm.
last Christmas holiday season,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got to actually hang for real, I think.
yeah.
Because the one before that was before another major layoff that
Yep.
happened at the same company. So there's been a lot of waves that have hit in the short time. I was only there for about 2.5 years, and there was over too much change in just that short amount of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
And you,
and I was there for almost 4 years, and there was
yeah,
a lot of change even before you came. But I think, this past like year and a half was a total whirlwind to say the least where we were at. And I think it I don't know about you, but I feel like I felt that it was coming or something was coming.
Yeah. So May of 2024 was when the major restructure happened.
Hmm.
We lost mass majority of the people that we were working with on a day-to-day basis. And I think ever since then, this absolute survivor's guilt
Yeah.
from that first experience.
Yeah.
As fortunate as I did feel from being there, I literally was the only one aside from my boss, who was still there and just having to say goodbye to so many great people. I'm a product designer, so like saying bye not only just to designers but engineers and PMs and so many other people that I loved on our tech team was like devastating.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
just to kind of be like, well, let's get this thing back in shape and let's figure this out. It's been bonkers. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Ever since I've been just like, okay, when's my turn? Like I don't feel like I ever really relaxed. And
Yes.
except maybe up until this, like the month, like this summer, June, July, I was like, all right, we're doing it. Things are
Yes.
better.
Okay.
And then it was like, like, get out of here. Like I was just like, what the hell?
I know.
I
I
don't know.
know.
I
That
let
was
my
the
guard
same.
down. I let my guard down and it got me.
I feel like that. Oh my gosh, you're so fucking right. I
Yeah.
I feel like the same thing. I feel like after the main one,
Uh,
and I'm in customer success for everyone who is getting to know us, but I did not lose necessarily like my solid like team necessarily.
yeah.
I still had the people that I managed. Yes, I did have to let go of and like throw in names of a couple people that I did manage, and that was very hard.
Yeah.
But I also I said goodbye to so many people that I worked with when I started at the place and
Yeah.
made so many connections. And that was hard. That guilt was really hard for me. And
Mhm.
then I think I was then in like survival mode and like, oh, is it going to happen? Oh, is it going to happen? And then there were other little ones, and it was like every time that
I
happened,
know.
I was a nervous wreck. But then I kept saying, my team is doing so much. We're supporting both the B2C and the B2B side, and no, it can't happen. And I felt great. I took on sales then too, so customer success and sales.
Yeah.
And we were rocking and rolling. Like, I mean, you were such a collaborator with me and my team and
Mhm.
supported customer success through a lot of it. But I feel like with you, you said that you felt, okay, this is moving like June, July. I felt the same way because of what was on the horizon. And since I was part of the
Yes.
leadership team, I knew a little bit more. But then
Yeah.
there was also a little something because I knew more. I feel
Yeah.
like there was also a little part of me that was like,
Yee.
eek. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know if it would be me because I was always like, hell yeah, like I'm kicking ass, like I'm
Yeah.
doing my job, our team is doing everything. Hello, my daughter's here walking into the kitchen.
Hello.
Uh, but I also had that little thing in the back of my mind. So I remember the day
Mhm.
that it happened and you and I chatted and it was like I mean, just the tears and the stress and the everything and like what do I do? Because I feel like I don't know about you, but that
Mhm.
became my life. Like how I defined myself was where I
Oh,
was working,
yeah.
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think for me, I'm trying to, so I kind of want to talk about the layoff
Mhm.
day.
Mhm.
'Cause
Mhm.
so, I mean, news travels quickly, right? And
Yes.
I think it was, which was really interesting because, like you're saying, like good things were on the horizon. And I feel like my team that I was working on, I feel like we had just finally stood up straight. Like after that past year and like trying to gain traction, dust the ashes off of ourselves and stuff. I feel like we were finally at that point. And again, like I truly do feel like I let my guard down because that feeling of like loom and gloom was always there.
Mhm.
But the week before we got laid off, we had just done this big old, really successful workshop. And I was just like, cool. Like goals are set. We know what we're going to set out to do. It's going to be so helpful. This is the right place we're going to go. And and then there was, I mean, not to get into too many details, but there was like an email that went out the week before that just kind of was like, like, but I
Mhm.
didn't think it was going to affect our team. And in fact, I was told it wasn't going to affect our team.
Mm.
And that any previous layoffs, I was told the same thing. This
Yeah.
is a different part of the business. It's not going to affect our team. And so I was like, well, yeah, okay. But I just had this sense like, I'm like, oh, I don't know, something felt different. The atmosphere changed. And so that Tuesday, that following Tuesday, um, I think there was just something in the air, and we both had received that like anonymous, like that last minute end of
Yes.
the day meeting. And I was just like, oh, like,
Yeah.
and then I think we were you like mine was at like 2 p.m. or something. And I think
And
around
mine was at like noon. So I texted you.
you
Yep.
text me and you're like, I think something's about to go down. Do you have this? Do you have the mystery meeting? And I looked and I did, and I was like, God damn it, it's happening. Like I was like, no. And to be honest, just if anyone knows me, and I mean, you're about to get to know me better,
Yeah.
is in the past my whole life, whenever I get super stressed out, I smoke.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
No,
that.
I like, and I haven't for a long time, but like
Mhm.
these moments will come up. And that day I went, and they just opened this really corny, stupid, like smoke shop here in town.
Uh-huh.
I've never been in it. Like it has really weird branding. There's like aliens all over the place. And I just was like, all right. Like, so I went in there and I bought like they had a sale. It was just like
Uh-huh.
destroy your body July, or I don't know what it was. But like I went in and I bought like four vapes, which
Uh-huh.
I haven't done in 7 years. I don't know.
Mhm.
And I just was became a little train because like when I'm super stressed out, I smoke. Like
Mm.
that's like my vice, my
Yeah.
go-to.
Yeah.
I ended up throwing them all away because like just a few puffs into the first one, I was like, this is killing me. And it
Yeah.
wasn't helping with like my heart rate or anything. So I was just like, screw it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I literally just kind of like started to freak out slowly
Yeah.
that day. And
Yeah.
then it was official, and I don't know. I feel like the next 2 weeks, especially that first week, is a blur. Like I feel like
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh, yeah.
feel like I don't remember anything from the first 2 weeks. And to be perfectly honest, I think the first 2 or 3 mornings after that Tuesday, I woke up and threw up every morning
Yeah.
just from stress.
Hmm.
Stress made
Yeah.
me throw up. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
It like for me that day, I think I when I saw that meeting, and because I've had to be a part of letting people go, I
Yeah.
knew right away. I
Yeah.
was like, this is me. And then I was like, no wonder last week was a little bit weird because the
Sure.
week before it I was planning the event that we go to every
Uh-huh.
year. And all of a sudden it was like I wasn't really getting kind of like answers about
Oh,
budget and things like that. And I thought it was maybe because I was heading off to my brother's wedding up in San
uh-huh.
Francisco. And I had Friday off. And you know what's funny is I think they were going to do it on the Friday. But
Oh,
because I had Friday and Monday off, and I think the other one of the other leaders that we know, one of the engineers who also was part of the layoff, he, I believe, had one of those days off too, and that's why it was on a Tuesday
yeah.
because I thought that was a little bit weird that it was on a Tuesday, but then when I look back on the calendar,
Yeah.
like who was off and
The
stuff, I was
logistics of it all.
that makes sense. Like they had it in the works. And not to say, I mean, if that was my first time ever being laid off,
Same.
but
Same.
I have been a part of having to lay off people. And I will say, if you have ever been laid off, you know, especially like in a group or mass layoff,
Yeah.
it's not about you. It's not about your performance. It's not
Yes.
about anything. But you can't not take it personal.
Yes.
Oh, like I was like, wait, why didn't they try to save me or save
Yeah.
Natalie or save the other fabulous people that were laid off with us?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what? But
Yeah.
when
I'm
I,
actually, oh,
I
yeah. Like,
no, I think I realized very quickly, like this isn't about us and this isn't about our performance or anything else. It's just about the financial state of the company.
Yeah. I think, I mean, in a situation where maybe it was just like one of us or
Yeah.
two of us, I think I would have been like, it was me,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but like I feel grateful, I guess, in the sense that like I didn't take it uber personally. Like I was like, okay, this isn't me, it's you.
Yes.
Like whereas, I've talked to other folks who got laid off in the big one last year, and I mean, it depends on the person, I think, but like I had several friends from that round who were just like, why me? Like
Yes.
I
Me
failed,
too.
or they felt like they failed in some way or something. And I mean, I think it's good to just get into your mind if you have been a part of a layoff, or if you're ever a part of a layoff, like
Yeah.
it's not you.
It's
It's really
not.
not you.
It's not
Um,
you. And I feel like too, if you've ever been a part of a layoff or I mean they're everywhere now, right? So I
yeah.
think another thing is you need to really embrace all of the feelings that you're going through. Like you said, you went out and smoked. You needed your life. Like, and like I was like, where's the wine? Like
Yeah.
I need wine at 2 o'clock in the
It was
afternoon.
like fight or flight or smoke. Like that's fine. And like, yeah, it's crazy. Like I and like I said, I had I bought so many vapes. Like I could smoke forever with how many vapes I got. It was like buy two, get two or
Yeah.
something. Something ridiculous. I ended up like just throwing them away because one, vapes are absolutely
Yeah,
horrible.
horrible.
And like made me feel a billion times worse.
Hmm.
Honestly, and this sounds crazy. I honestly probably would have been better with just a regular pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Vapes, like vapes get you. Like they're just
Yeah.
like there's too addictive almost. But
Hmm.
I just was just like, I told my husband, I'm like, take these to your work and throw them away. Cause like
Yeah.
I could see myself like digging them out of the trash or something like
Mhm. Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because they're that awful, like that addictive. Like, so
Yeah.
felt, but it's like, what are you supposed to do when you're
You
panicking? Like,
you have to like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I went through what I think I blacked out on the call somewhat. Like I don't think I really asked any questions or anything. I was just
uh-huh.
like
Okay.
staring into the Zoom screen,
Yeah.
looking at, the two people on there, one of them
Yep.
being my boss, which I got, I really looked up to, and I'm just like trying not to cry.
I know.
And for me, I cry when I'm like upset or I don't know how to like handle the situation. And so
Sure.
I was just crying like a bunch because it was either that or like rage cage. Like I'm gonna go punch some holes in a wall somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You
Um,
see the computer fly across the,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I was just raging inside. And what sucked for me, and I don't know if your kids were at home during the time, but like,
Uh-huh.
newsflash, we work from home, like we're remote and or worked. We're
Yeah.
but but I had my college daughter home for summer
Same.
and
Same.
my teenager, my middle schooler home for summer. My 4-year-old, he was off at like his summer daycare,
Yeah.
but they both saw me and they could tell, like they knew something was wrong. And it's like, how do you handle that situation? Like my college kid, okay, she's
Yeah.
20. I can tell her, like, dude, I was laid off, like eh, things are going to change in our
Yeah.
family dynamic and situation for right now.
Yeah.
But for my teenager, my 13-year-old, it's like, what do I say to her? Like, mommy has no money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I think that was really hard and still is hard. Like I know we're
Yeah.
talking about the first week and like, but still is hard. I mean, I don't know about you, but because we both have families, like my husband and I right away, we were like, what do we do? Like, okay,
Well, yeah.
what do you do? Like how much severance are you getting? What's your
Yeah.
PTO payout? How much do we have in this? What can we do? Blah, 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 blah. And we weren't
Logistics
even
and
fully
everything.
laid off yet because
Yeah, I know.
thing I do like is the company that we were laid off from, they did give us like that last 2 weeks.
We technically were still employed for 2 more
We were,
weeks. It's
yeah,
like going into that afternoon conversation, I was like, oh, I don't have a job by after today. Like after this meeting, I don't have a job. And I was extremely grateful that we at least had 2 more weeks left.
Yeah.
Um, and they even because they we got it till August 1st, which they even gave us a whole extra month of insurance, which I was
Yes.
grateful for. Um,
Yes.
so like I think as shitty as this situation was for everyone involved, not just the people who got laid off,
Hmm.
because I know my boss was miserable giving me that news. And,
Mine too. Hmm.
and so like I think they with what they could do, I think
Yeah.
they tried their best, like it wasn't as glamorous or as much as you would hope for if anyone in that kind of situation, but it's like, what can they do if they're in a tough spot too? But
Yeah.
I am grateful that they were able to do what they could. It doesn't make things easier.
No,
Oh,
it doesn't. Even when you try to remind yourself that, like, okay, I wasn't laid off on July 15th. I was laid off August 1st. It's still like,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. I
No,
was
my
laid
head is like burnt seven, like 7:15. I'm like, my job ended
off.
that day. Because it
Exactly.
really was like, it was kind of like, well, stop all your duties. And
Hmm.
for that 2 weeks, even though we had 2 weeks left, it was just like uh, pure survival mode. And I think for me, like you were saying, like the rage cage, I tend to go into like the fear forest.
Oh,
I I cry and I get because I'm scared. I was scared too. Like you hear all this stuff, right? All this idealistic stuff where it's just like always have 3 months of savings on hand.
hmm.
And I'm just like, ugh, what I went through, like as much as like I was saying, I was grateful that I wasn't like, oh, it wasn't me, it was the job,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
But everything that I wasn't prepared for, like
Yes.
not having emergency savings,
Yes.
um, what's going to happen to the house? What's going to happen to our cars? I have never made this much money in my life and I still live
Yes.
paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. And that's the thing with this
Yep.
economic climate and newsflash, guys, I mean, you're going to get to know where we stand on a lot of things.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm not happy right now for
Yeah.
the way
No.
our country is going. And so like for that too, we're sitting there and it's like it's the cost of living is astronomical,
Yeah.
especially where I'm at in
Yeah.
San Diego, California. And it's who has 3 months sitting around? Unless you're like a trust fund baby or you live by yourself, you don't have kids, all of that, the dink.
The most
Like,
discipline, like and it's just to be perfectly honest, and like, it's taken me a long time to understand my finances. And
mhm,
like, I feel like I have a decent idea now, but at the
mhm.
same time, like, to be perfectly honest, 40-year-old Natalie is paying for 20-year-old Natalie still.
That's the same.
And I never had financial education
Same.
from family, and I never like even had people who were like, you should go to college. Like,
Yeah.
wanted to go to college. I put myself through college, thus
Mhm.
student loans, and then living
Mhm.
on my own as a young adult in Chicago. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like I made my choices and I'm still kind of suffering those consequences.
Mhm.
But like even though now, like I try so hard to pay off my debt or get ahead or save or whatever, I always feel like it's one step forward, five steps back. Because
Oh,
like
yeah.
literally the week we got laid off. My what happened? The week we got laid off, um, I'm trying to remember. There's three things. We can
Didn't
cut
you
this part out.
refinance something?
Well, yeah, okay. So like 2 months before the layoff, I
Yes.
refinanced my student loans and a personal loan, trying to
Mhm.
get better interest rates and all this, do the right thing. And then when the layoff happens, I called all my creditors and whatever, and they're like, "Well, you have to at least have had this loan in place for 9 months before you can do any deferments." And I'm just like, "Oh my God," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
And then
Like,
it's like, how do you choose what to? I mean, reality check and newsflash, like when you get to that point and you don't have that nest egg and you don't have this and that, and you have kids to pay for, you have to have a roof over your head. You have to lay out what do I need to cut?
yeah,
What can I walk away from? Like those are the realities that you have to come to at some point, depending on how long your severance can take you, like how long your little savings can take you or whatnot. But I mean, that's what we did. We sat down and we looked, and by the way, my husband is probably the most financially like smart person ever. He grew up with his parents giving him all the advice, this and this and that.
Oh,
I did not. I
no.
was like
I'm
you,
like,
and
what?
like he's the one that's like keeping our family like on the straight and narrow, but still like he's 5 years younger than me. He's more junior in his career than I am. And
Yeah,
so we're still not at the point that we needed to be. So it's like, okay, we have X amount of months and then
yeah,
you gotta fucking find a job. Like that's it. Or our son is out of daycare and our daycare is like this phenomenal place,
yeah,
has like speech therapy because my son has had a speech delay, and occupational
yeah,
therapy and like acres of land and all this like stuff.
yeah.
And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not taking him out of
You know,
that.
that's the number one thing. That was my big, out of all the things, the house, the car, because then you just start chipping away at everything in your life,
Hmm.
like I'm going to lose this and this and this. My
Yep.
son's daycare was the one thing. I'm like, that is the one thing. Because, our guys are going into pre-K. Like
Yes.
they're basically starting preschool right
Yeah.
now,
Yep.
and they start kindergarten next fall.
Hmm.
And I was like, that is the number. Just if he had been like a year old or 2 years old, maybe I could have him home. But
Yeah,
I'm like, this is getting him locked and loaded for school. I was like, he
exactly.
cannot lose daycare. That was my
No,
number one thing. I'm like, I don't care what we lose. I'm like,
exactly.
I need him to keep because he has a wonderful daycare and his teachers there are phenomenal. And I'm just
That's
like,
like us too.
yeah,
It, I said that too. I was like, I will, like, we rent. I was like, I don't care. Like, we'll get out of our lease if
yeah,
we have to. Like, that's obviously the last case scenario,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
we'll figure it out. But there's no way that I'm taking him out, especially with my little guy. Like he's gone through so much. He's been in speech therapy since 2.5. Like he's
yeah,
finally having conversations with us. He's finally able to regulate his emotions. And all of that is from all of the special, amazing teachers at his daycare.
yeah,
And it goes all the way till kindergarten, his place. And I'm like, absolutely not. I am not switching him. That is a non-negotiable. So it was
yeah,
like, okay, and cut the gym membership cup, which
yeah,
I'm obsessed with. I'm like a workout freak. And now I'm like, okay, what can we do? Like,
yeah,
so let's buy some like used weights off Facebook Marketplace and let's put them in
yeah,
the garage and let's do this and that. And now I've been doing like walks and runs around my neighborhood. And I mean, the gym was like my sanctuary. My like, I've met some of the best friends ever
yeah,
from there. And so that was really hard for me to get rid of. But
yeah,
it's like, let's cut some things now so that it helps us to maybe stretch a little bit farther.
yeah.
But either way, like, I mean, that first week, it was like, what do we cut? What do we keep? What do we do? And
Panic
then it was
mode.
like, revamp your resume, do
Yeah.
this, cry,
Oh
drink
my
wine,
God.
throw up, freak out,
Yeah.
consider driving off a cliff. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's just like, it's like, and then for me being a designer, it's like not just the resume, but then I have to have this whole song and dance prepared with case studies and a portfolio, which is in addition to case studies. Like, it's like you hear all these things. And um, if I rewind a little bit, I would say, because I think the next day I made my LinkedIn post of
oh,
like,
yes.
I
Hmm.
think it was the next day
Yeah.
where, and I think it was 3 in the morning, couldn't sleep, freaking out. And I just was like, hey, this is what happened, and I'm fucking scared.
Yeah.
And ha- like, I don't know if you feel this way, having worked remote for such a long time.
Hmm.
And I mean, I live in Wyoming.
Yeah.
No one lives here.
Yeah.
Like, and especially like in the tech industry and stuff like that. Like, I have to work remote. And I have struggled with, and I think, with COVID and working remote and then being a new mom, of a young kid and stuff, like I have had my fair share of like loneliness and feeling
Mhm.
just by myself,
Yeah.
because to be honest, I didn't want to move to Wyoming. I grew up here, I moved away, and then I moved back so I could be closer to my stepkids, which is
Hmm.
great.
Yeah.
But I did not want to move back here. And, I'm like, if we move back to Wyoming, I want to have a nice house. I want to, like have good surroundings, a good,
Yeah.
place to work, but I'm not a fan of where I live.
Hmm.
Anyway, when I made that LinkedIn post and just the outreach, like everyone who responded or reposted it or made a comment or was like, Natalie, check this thing out, or
Yeah.
and I never go on LinkedIn unless I'm looking for jobs, and like it was just like I think I got like 25,000 impressions or just by my post. I
Hmm.
got something crazy, and I don't even know if that's a lot or not. But
Yeah.
like but it just reminded me of like all the wonderful people that I have in my life, at past jobs, in my network. And like, it was just so comforting.
Yeah.
And even though it wasn't like, here's a job, here's a job, here's a job, like,
Hmm.
like I still am hustling. I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, it was just uh, this whole experience has been so many different little lessons.
Yeah.
Lesson in
Yeah.
finance. It's
Agreed.
been a lesson in mental health. It's been a lesson in you're not alone. You have people rooting for you. It's a lesson in how talented you are. It's a lesson in balancing your stress with
Yeah.
sleep. But like too many, it's almost too many lessons in the
Hmm.
past month.
Yeah.
Really only been a month.
Which
Um,
is crazy.
I know. It's been absolutely exhausting and overwhelming and like I feel like it's life gave me this huge reset that I needed where
Hmm.
it's just like, hey, you don't have savings.
Yeah.
Hey, you aren't, I don't know how much you're going to be able to grow at this company.
Hmm.
Um, like here's what's important. Like literally, oh, that's what I was going to say too. Like literally the week we got laid off, my mom she like passed out and got hurt and had to go to the hospital. My kids were getting in a lot of trouble. And then like our dishwasher broke. Like it was just like, I just was
Yeah.
like, literally the stars are falling down on me. Like I was just like, I don't know what's happening. Like so overwhelming.
Yeah.
And literally just standing like hand washing my dishes. And I know that sounds very first world, like whatever. But
Mhm.
like you take for granted like what you have and you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just given me so many perspectives that I've kind of been blinded to for a bit.
Agreed. Yeah.
Um, because even my parents, I have also like I have never gotten a lot of like handouts. I haven't had anyone really support me a lot,
Mhm.
especially financially. And I went to my mom's house crying over the past month, and I'm like, in the dishwasher and the this and the that. And my parents who are really like let me figure it out on my own
Yeah.
for better or worse. They were like, Let us get you a dishwasher."
Oh, that's so nice.
And and this is where it's crazy because I'm like, I've been wanting to get this one dishwasher for a long time.
Hmm.
And they're like, let us get you a dishwasher, just like some $400 thing. Or, well,
Yeah.
we'll just get you a cheap one. And I was like, you know what? To be honest, I was like, so grateful for the offer. But I'm like, when I get back on my feet, I want to get this dishwasher. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's a nice dishwasher. And I'm like, I'm not going to ask you guys to get me that dishwasher.
Hmm.
I'm like, in the meantime, though, I'm like, you can help me pay another bill. I can hand wash my dishes. I
Yeah.
can hand wash my dishes. I don't need a dishwasher. I'll do it, but I do need help paying this bill over here, that bill over there, or the
Yeah.
date, whatever. And so, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know.
It's
It's
great. It's great that the tribe, like like you mentioned the LinkedIn post and having everyone reach out and having people send you like, hey, look at this, hey, look at that. And again, like you said, it's not like it was like Oprah, here's a job, here's a job, here's a job.
yeah.
Like we're still having to hustle, but
Yeah.
it really opened up my eyes to how many people are like, oh my gosh, Stephanie, like I'll keep my eye out. Oh my gosh, this and that, um and then with parents too. Like my parents didn't give me all of the guidance and everything else. But, and they grew up both hard lives.
Yeah.
And I grew up, I think, just so like emotionally and like lovingly privileged. We did not have a lot of money. We did not grow up with anything fancy, but my parents love me with every single being that they have. And
Yeah.
so they were there for me emotionally. They could not help me in
Yeah.
any way financially, but my in-laws did help me. I mean, my husband and I went up there just crying and like, what do we do? And my father-in-law is so good financially and everything. And he like told us what to do, gave us a plan, and then they're helping us out with little things here and there. Nothing crazy, but so much help and so grateful
But
for
it's like,
like guiding us and everything. Like
but it's a different kind of payment too. It's not
it
necessarily dollar
is
bills, but it's like
yeah,
wisdom or knowledge or comfort or like,
any of that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just great. And they're like, if it comes to it, which we pray that it's not, you guys can move in here. Like, I mean, my in-laws are just fabulous.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it was, I think the first week was like freak out mode,
Uh-huh.
right? And
Yeah.
then after that, and what's funny, going back to the first week too, for me, I couldn't really like accept and like go through all of the emotions because I am more of like a, rage cage person. And then I'm more of a like, well, I'm just gonna get my shit together. Like
Yeah.
you can't fucking cry about it. And I think that comes from me being a single mom before my husband and me having a kid at 19 years old and me going through a hellish of a first marriage. And when I was a single mom with my two girls, it was like living in a janky apartment on food stamps and working $15 an hour and then working a second job and not having the help from their dad. And, it was just, so I was like, well, Stephanie, like, get your shit together. We got to do this. Whereas, like, my husband was a disaster when I got laid off. You would have thought he
Mhm.
got laid off. His child
You're
had,
like, I know how to deal with
yeah,
shit. I've been through shit. I know this stink and I can get through.
yeah. And so, like, the
Yeah.
first week was a lot of me being there for him emotionally, which is like a little
No.
hilarious because I'm like, I would look at him and be like,
You're
excuse
like, calm the
me.
hell down.
Sir, you are
Yeah.
going to work and I am unemployed. Like,
Yes, I know. I know. And I mean, so I grew up with a single mom with four kids.
mm,
And so like I haven't been in the situation of being a single mom,
yeah,
but I was one of the children
yeah,
and just how hard it was. Like I
yeah.
grew up on food stamps. I grew up wearing the same clothes for 3 school years, um, and like I said, no one ever was like, go to college, go to no financial education whatsoever growing up.
Mhm,
And it
mhm.
was like if I think my mom got paid like once a month, and when we got paid, it was just like, oh my gosh, like it was gone
Yeah,
instantly, right? Because
yeah,
you spend the rest of the month
yeah.
not doing anything. And so I, at a very young age, and my mom did her best with the situation she was in. And I learned at a very young age, like you don't ask for things.
Hmm.
You don't ask for things. Um, and like still, friends and family would, I had toys and I mean,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
compared to others, it wasn't much. But but at a very young age, it taught me how to figure things out on my own. It taught me to rely on myself,
mhm.
almost to a fault though, because like
Yeah,
even when at now, like my mom and my stepdad being like, "Can we get you a dishwasher?" I'm just like, no.
yeah, yeah,
And like, and I want to say yes. I'm just like, please pay for my life. Like
yeah.
I
Yes.
want that.
Bankroll
I'm
me.
like, yeah, someone die and leave me everything.
Yeah,
Like, like, yeah, that'd be nice and stuff, but like I'm like programmed to figure it out to
yeah,
a fault sometimes. And
yeah.
I in this whole layoff experience though, like I have been embracing like any of the help.
Yes.
And like I'm arms open and I'm just so grateful just for the amazing people I have in my life. You've been an amazing help just through all this too. Like
You too. I
literally,
mean, this alone is like helping my mental health. Like the
yeah,
fact that we've come together and been chatting since the day we got laid off, and then we sat there one day and was like, why don't we make a fucking podcast about it? Like, it's just been
So
helping
many,
me.
so many people are going through this right now too. And it's like,
Yes.
and I know we're just like kind of rambling and stuff right now, but like the feelings of just absolute fear and literally the physical, like, because I don't know if you know this about me either, but like, so I have thyroid disease.
Mm,
And a big part of it got triggered by like my pregnancy. It's hereditary and blah blah blah.
yeah.
But really in the last 5 years too, a lot my health has kind of declined because my pregnancy triggered my thyroid disease.
Got it.
And so, and a big part of thyroid disease, when your thyroid, which regulates
Yes.
everything, hormones and everything, like basically how you function, is that like the more damaged your thyroid becomes, and the big causes are your food, um,
Hmm.
like what you eat, what you consume, but like cortisol and stress are
Uh,
huge damage to your thyroid.
yeah.
And my whole life I've been stressed out. I've lived a stressful life,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and so it just got triggered with my pregnancy and just full-blown thyroid disease and an autoimmune disease on top of that and stuff like that. And so when I get stressed, it affects my thyroid even more.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And so when I get more stressed, and I think probably more than most people, like I've been having panic attacks this month
Hmm.
because like I'm in just uber stress mode.
Yeah.
And I think I've told you this too, but like what do you do? And like when
Yeah.
I so overwhelmed and stressed, like I can't go for walks. And it's like you're supposed to
Yeah.
be doing these things,
Yes.
trying to eat healthy, trying to move, trying to like I
Meditate.
can't do any
Yeah.
of that. I'm eating fucking McDonald's because
Yeah.
I don't have two brain cells to cook for myself right now.
Yes.
I did the vape for like a week and I got rid of that because I know that's horrible.
Yeah.
Um, but like I can't sleep.
No. I,
And so I'm like literally having to listen to sleep hypnosis,
oh my
which
gosh.
does help, but like I need, or even some nights, like I've just been taking like a shot of NyQuil because I
Yeah.
can't get myself to sleep.
And it's like that is okay. It's crazy us talking about it because for us it's like we're going through this, we're just connecting, but imagine how many people will hopefully listen to this and
How
be like,
many of you
oh
have
my
taken a shot
gosh.
of NyQuil to
Yeah.
not?
Or how many people have like, eaten McDonald's because they can't cook because they can't function and they can't think of anything. I've been the same way. I have literally just taken my laptop and sat on the couch behind me and put on a binge show. I mean, I went through 3 seasons of that show You on Netflix and I just like sat there
I
all.
know all the words to K-pop Demon Hunter.
Yeah, see? I
Like that's
it's
all
like
I
I
24/7.
went from waking up, going to the gym at 6 a.m.,
Yeah.
logging on to work, and then like during my lunch break, going on a walk, hitting Pilates, doing all this and that, cooking dinner, taking my kid to soccer. Now I'm like, I don't even know when the last time I put on makeup. Like I look like I'm homeless half the time.
You
And
look fit, girl.
I
You look fit.
and I'm like, what do I cook for dinner today? Like, but I've had all day. My house is a disaster half the time since I've
Yeah.
been laid off. And I'm like, hello, shitbag. Could you get up and sweep the floor? Like, you've been
Oh,
home all day.
no, I
But
can't.
it's like, you can't,
Yeah.
like, and I hope that this helps someone, just one person, mom,
Yeah.
dad, no parent, like whoever has been laid off or going through something that you are so stressed about, doesn't even have to be a layoff.
Yeah.
Understand that everyone goes through their own emotions and it's okay to eat a gallon of ice cream and sit and binge watch something.
It's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and especially for the moms too, just like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
shout out moms, because like for us, like when you get laid off, it's not just worrying about yourself,
Oh,
now worried about the kids, and then life still goes on. It's like you
that's
gotta
been,
get your shit together and pick them up from school and look like you haven't been crying all
yeah.
day.
Yeah. Exactly. Like
Ugh,
that's been so hard, like especially with little, like
yes.
so like I've got 4.5, 11, 14, and 20 almost.
Hmm.
I've got the gauntlet of ages. And my middle kids, like I tell them what's going on
Yeah.
with less detail, right? Like
Yeah.
the college student, she was here too when it happened to me and I came out and she just gave me a big hug because
Yeah.
I told her going into that, I'm like, I think it's happening.
Yeah.
And I came out and she just gave me a huge hug. It's interesting how your parent-child relationships change as they get older, but that's
Yeah.
a different episode. But
Yeah.
like but yeah, so my middle kid's kind of, my 14-year-old got it.
Yeah.
My 11-year-old was kind of like, all right, like, I don't know, you
Yeah.
know. And then the four and a half year old's just like, I want a fruit bar,
Yeah.
like doesn't give a fuck. And like, as he
Yeah.
shouldn't. And that's the thing too, is like it's been so hard because the world keeps spinning,
Yes.
even though you're screaming for it to stop. It
Yeah.
feels like it's going like millions of miles an hour.
Hmm.
But it's like you still have to get up and make mac and cheese. You still got to get up and give the little one a bath or help this one with homework or whatever, like
Hmm.
help this one sign up for college classes and it's just like it feels like a cloth being wrung out. Like I feel like I've been so just drained and
Yes.
like and
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just on autopilot kind
Hmm.
of. Like I feel like literally I feel like I've almost like not this whole month, but big chunks of this month, I've like left my body and my body is just getting things done.
Yeah.
It's the bare minimum. Because like I think being alpha females, being moms, being corporate women, being professionals, you know what I mean? Like we're like, I got everything. I got
Yeah.
everything. And
Yep.
and I like we both have hard working men in our lives, but we still are kind of the primary providers. And
Hmm.
I think just being a mom, there's this default, especially like just with kids and stuff, there's this default, like everyone comes to you. The husband comes
Yes.
to you, the kids come to you. You are the last person you take care of. And we get
Yeah.
used to that. We get used to
Mhm.
being, I don't like the fact that you're going to the gym or the fact that I can take a walk or something is like, what,
Yeah.
30 minutes out of my day, I can make myself move.
Right, right. I'm
Like,
like, when's the last time I took myself to the doctor? Because I take everyone else.
and like it's absolutely exhausting. And like this experience has been just this level of stress has been absolutely horrible. It's been
Yeah.
horrible. And like, but kudos to us. We have to kind of see through the fog a little bit. And kudos to anyone in this situation for fucking waking up every day and
Yeah,
getting something done. Just getting like brushing your teeth,
exactly.
achievement,
That's enough.
like, you know
That's enough.
you
Yeah.
know, driving your kid to daycare and then crying the whole way back,
Yep.
or, like just it's been absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely crazy.
it has. It has. And I think that's like a great place for us to end this first episode. And I am just so excited to continue to just yap and chat
Yeah.
about our experiences. I mean, I hope that people who have been listening this whole time click that subscribe button and
Hmm.
just hang out with us week over week because we've got a lot to talk about. And I feel like there are a lot of people that are going to be able to relate to what we're going through.
And this episode and the rambling or the bouncing around this is a reflection of just where we are right now for sure. And I appreciate people who have hung out to the end of this as well. Like I hope this helps people not feel alone and like would love to see comments and you know any reflections on anything or if you have identified with anything that we've said as well, like please leave us a message. And we're all here for each other even though we're 1,000 miles apart. And
Exactly.
like I don't know, it's this in this day and age though, like the people who aren't actually here with me have made me feel so seen and so close. And you know
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. Like
Yeah.
we've gotten through all the hard things in our lives thus far, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah,
Got this. So,
cool.
all right. Thanks for listening and
Till
make
next
sure
time.
you subscribe. Till next time. Hey, mommy's talking.